Hi everybody, and welcome back to Inner Angler Fishing. I'm your host, Chris Goguen, and today, as you can see, we're not on the beach, we're not in the kayak, we're in our kitchen. We've been catching a lot of whiting on the beach. We've been doing a lot of family days out on Cape Canaveral National Seashore. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make a whiting dish, maybe something a little less typical than what I would normally make. I'm going to give whiting ceviche a shot. Why not? Ceviche is very open to interpretation. Pretty much if you're taking a fish, shrimp, scallops, something of that nature, and you're cooking it with citric acid, and then you're adding a bunch of vegetables to it. Today what we're going to add to it is some jalapeno, some red onion, some cucumber, some avocado, some cilantro, and some tomatoes. I'll keep it very basic. Typically you would see probably like red peppers and green peppers in it. Peppers don't really agree with me all that much, so we're going to 86 the green and red peppers. We're going to keep those out of the dish today so I can actually eat them. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with juicing up a bunch of citrus. Today what I'm going to be using is lemon juice, lime juice, which is typical. That's classic. You can also add any other citrus to it. Well, I'm also going to be adding a little bit of fresh orange juice as well. We're in Florida, kind of makes sense. So let's juice up some fruit and we'll take it from there. So first we're going to want to do is anytime you're trying to juice a fruit, usually what you want to do is roll it to break up the fibers that is inside that fruit. It doesn't matter if you're doing lemons, limes, oranges, anything like that. You're going to get more juice out of that fruit. So what we're going to do is at first give it a nice roll on a hard flat surface. All right, now that that's all broken up, we're going to cut the lemon in half and use our handy dandy juicer. If you don't have a juicer like this, that's fine. You can squeeze it with hand. This just makes it a little bit easier, and you get more bang for your buck. Whiting's a great... My co-host, that's Zulie, our Malamute. She has some things to say about cooking fish. Apparently she would rather have it raw. Let's get some limes. As I was saying before, Zulie had things to say. Any type of whitefish that has a firm texture is fine for ceviche. For those of you up north in New England, black sea bass. I guess you get them down here too. Black sea bass would be perfect. Striped bass would be great. For freshwater, probably like yellow perch, white perch would also be fine. Orange juice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chop up the whiting fillets. Now I've already obviously cleaned the fish. They're skinned, deboned. They've been in the refrigerator for 24 hours at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these up into bite-sized pieces. I'll put it back in the bowl, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add the citric acid or the juice back to the fish, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for roughly a half an hour. I'm taking the fillet and bisecting it kind of up the bloodline. It's a good line to start with, and it kind of breaks that fillet right in half to make it a lot easier to do bite size. All right, so we've got all of the fish now diced up. So what I'm going to do is put that back in the bowl. Add the citric acid, the juice. I'll check it in about 30 minutes. If I feel it needs to go a little longer, we'll let it go a little longer. Otherwise, what we'll do is in about 30 minutes, we'll come back and we'll get this all ready and we'll combine everything. So it's actually been roughly an hour since we put the fish into the refrigerator. I didn't take into consideration that orange juice has a much lower acidic content than lemons or limes. So what we're going to do is we're going to prep all of the other fresh ingredients, get it in a bowl, and then we're going to add the fish with the citrus juices into it, mix it up, should be good to go. So let's start with the cucumber. Pretty basic. And what we're going to do with the cucumber is, we're going to make everything roughly the same size as we did with the fish. So bite-sized pieces, so it's all pretty uniform. while we were waiting for the fish to cook, we cleaned down our workspace. Always cook in a clean environment, an organized environment. So we cleaned the cutting boards, we cleaned our hands, we wiped down the counter, knives, all that stuff. All right, so there's our cucumber. Next we're going to do is tomatoes. Because they're small, we're just going to cut them in half. It's about the right size. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm doing about equal parts on the vegetables. We're doing, roughly a couple of cups of each ingredient. What's nice about ceviche is you can kind of scale it up or down in size depending on how many people you're cooking for. Alright, so that should be good for the tomatoes. Let's do onion. Onion I'm going to dice up a little bit smaller. Nobody wants a mouthful of onion. Most people don't want a mouthful of onion. Make sure we don't cry over our cutting board. Whew. I usually work with Vidalias or sweet onions because it bothers my eyes less, but red onion is really what ceviche calls for. Jalapenos. Learn from my mistakes. When you're working with jalapenos, wear gloves. You don't want danger digits. Pepper pointers, fire fingers. Yeah, I've had some pretty bad experiences with pepper oil. It can come back to bite you in places that you don't want to get bit. So what I'm doing is I'm hollowing out the peppers, get those seeds out of there. All right, now again, we're just going to cut these up fine. Nobody wants a mouthful of jalapeno pepper. Put that in there. Flip that over. This is where we're at so far. So we've got the tomato, we've got the cucumber, we've got the red onion, and we've got the jalapeno all nice and diced up in this. And then we're going to do the cilantro. We're going to add the fish to that, and we're going to put the avocado in last. Avocado will brown if it sits out too long. With the lemon juice, it'll last longer because lemon juice slows down that process. But we're going to put that in right before we serve it. So let's get the cilantro chopped up. I don't know if I'm going to use this entire bunch. It's a lot of cilantro, but at least a good chunk of this. During the break, we also went through, washed all the vegetables, the cilantro. What I'm doing is I'm pulling the leaves off of the stems. Well, you can use the stems. I typically don't. I just like to chop off the leaves. A couple of things you can do to change up your ceviche. Thought about adding tequila to the ceviche. I think that would give it a really cool flavor. I think we're going to opt to not do that this time. We may do that another time and play with flavors. You could also add, if you wanted something a little bit sweeter to kind of balance out the citric, instead of using the orange juice like we did, you could add agave syrup, honey. You could also add hot sauce if you wanted it a little bit spicier. So if you make ceviche at home and you do something that's different, not normal, give us some ideas. Leave some comments below. I'd love to know what you put into your ceviche that you would consider not traditional, not normal. I'd love to try new things. All right, we're gonna add the fish and the fruit juice to this. we're going to see where we're at. If I feel I need to add anything else, we're going to add that. We also still need to add the salt and pepper. Some people add garlic powder. There's all sorts of other things you can do with this. And we still need to add that avocado. Let me grab the fish. But this is what our fish looks like at this point. As you can see, it's got that opaque look that a cooked fish would look like. And that's all done with no heat. That is just done with the citric acid. So we're going to add that to our other ingredients and lightly toss it, and then we'll see what it looks like, see if we need anything else. Oh, I think that's looking pretty good. I don't think we really need any more cilantro. I'll get a second opinion, but I think that looks pretty good. So I think what we're going to do is add the salt and pepper and the avocado and then give it a try. There we go. Here's all our avocados. Again, I'm just going to slice them the other way, make them into bite-sized bits. I think what's nice with the avocado in a ceviche is, other than in this dish, other than the avocado, there's no fat at all. If you don't like avocado and you want to balance out your dish, what you can do is add a little bit of olive oil, just a couple tablespoons, just to give it a little bit of a richness. And again, it's all personal choice. This is a great dish to just kind of make your own, put your own spin on it. Put in what you like. All right, so I think we're done with the cutting boards. I think we've got enough cilantro. There's obviously enough citrus. We got to add some salt and pepper, mix her up, and then give it a shot. See what she tastes like. I've only made ceviche, I think, once before. And I think I made it with striped bass. Salt. So I think, there we go. That is your whiting ceviche. I think it looks great. It's super colorful, fresh, vibrant. You've got acid, you've got salt, you've got a little bit of fat in there. It's a great balanced dish. Now it's just a matter of trying it. Give it a try. Make sure I get some fish in there. Break the... Alright, that's a big mouthful. Alright. Okay, alright. Okay. You can't get everything in one shot. Alright, give it a shot. That's really good. It's fresh. Vibrant. If this sits a little while, those flavors are going to really start to develop. I think it's a great balance. It's not too spicy, not too salty. Fish is fantastic. You still get the flavor of the fish without it being overpowering. You can serve it with whatever. I like it with pita chips. It's nice and crunchy. Got a little salt on there. That's why I didn't go too heavy on the salt. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'd eat this all day. Sure, you want to try it? I met my daughter, who's also my editor, and my camera person, all sorts of stuff. Dad, give it a shot. That's really good. What's up, peppers? I could definitely see that with sea bass, striper. Flounder maybe, but not really. Alright. So yeah, so there you have it. Whiting ceviche. Other than that, I hope you really enjoyed our video. We're going to do some more cooking videos as well in regards to things that we have caught and harvested ourselves. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel. We work really hard on these, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. But other than that, from us at Angler Fishing, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.